Okay folks, today I'm going to install Docker. My last video about AI, I installed Ollama on my system. So let's download. I'm going to download the Docker desktop for Windows. Did it start downloading? Yes, it did. We'll run the installer. Now I downloaded this from docker.com. Go to products and look for Docker desktop. I don't want to add a shortcut to my desktop. I don't know why this site keeps asking me about cookies. My doctor told me a long time ago that I couldn't consume anything that tastes good. I told him I needed to change doctors, and he told me it won't make a difference. The next doctor's going to tell you the same thing. Needless to say, I quit eating cookies. It's taking it a minute to install, isn't it? Must restart Windows. Close and restart. Alright, so now I have Docker installed. I had to tell it what kind of setup I was using. I told it that I was just using it for educational purposes or for teaching. And you will end up creating an account on the Docker website, and it's just an account. You can use your Google account or whatever to make your connection or whatever, but I think they just want to know what you're doing with it, and I think there's an enterprise version, so if you want to make this like a production thing, I think you probably can subscribe to some service or something and make it an enterprise server. But for my purposes, I'm just going to do it on my local machine. Most people probably will want to do this anyway. So anyway, that being said, let's go to here. And I'm going to run this account. I'll have the instructions in the description on how to do this. But I'm going to go ahead and run this Docker, and it ran pretty quick. So looks like it's running immediately, And if I click on this here, yeah, sign in. So it's going to use my account. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe it didn't. Let's sign up. This is on the local machine. And it's going to update the password for... No, let's not do that. All right. Okay. Other thing too, when you install Docker, it's going to want your box to boot, and that's I just stopped the video and let my box boot. And anyway, I'm connected to a remote box that I'm doing, working with this. So let's go ahead and run this one. And let's do a new chat. Alright. So let's say, please give me the top 10 meme coins that could give large gains in 2024 due to the Bitcoin halving. What main model's not selected? Oh, I thought I already selected one. Let's do the 70 million. Alright, now. It may take a minute. I like the fact they have a message there on the bottom that says LLMs can make mistakes. Verify important information. And here it's starting to come out with an answer. And what this thing's doing in the background, this large language models are answers that they've pulled off of, they've just grabbed answers from all these questions off of different websites to build the large language model. And it's doing a search. It's just a huge search. And so this thing has no logical thinking to it. It just pulls the best answer based off of your question. It tries to find a similar question that's been asked before, and it grabs the best answer that it can find throughout its database of the one I'm using. It's got 70 billion records in it. And it's running slow because it's going through a lot of that's very resource intensive. So stringing together off of answers. And I'm not sure how the algorithm will go through the database, but there's like 70 billion records. That's a lot. And I've asked this question multiple times, and sometimes the list, many of the coins it throws on the list are the same coins. Sometimes they're in different orders. So right now, Dogecoin is number 1. Shiba Inu is number 2. And some of these answers may be picked off of randomizer too. I'm not sure. There's probably ranking on the answers too, on what the best answer could be, and it probably goes by ranking or some kind of percentage on answers that people liked. Floki. So this is in the same format. If anybody's used Chat GPT, I'm actually paying for the $20 a month for Chat GTP, and this is the same format of the page. The chat link and everything's in the same spot. Oh, excuse me. And I think the links, large language models you have on it, the last time I was on the site, were Chat GTP 3 and Chat GTP 4. Now this one you can add as many. If you go out to the Ollama site, there's a lot. There's a lot of different large language models, and some of them are specific, like mathematics or science or stuff like that. And Llama 2 is uncensored, so there's certain questions I could ask it, and it would just answer me. Where the censored version, the regular version of Llama 2, would like I wouldn't. If I asked what is the best way to rob a bank, it would be, and I'm not suggesting anybody do that, but it would tell you that they could land you in jail. There could be serious consequences for trying to rob a bank. But anyway, and that's what all the hype is about AI too, because you could potentially ask it questions to try to do things that would be questionable or illegal. And that's why they're trying to put controls on AI. Okay, so number 1 was Dogecoin, 2 was Shiba Inu, 3 was Safe Moon, Baby Dogecoin coming in at number 4, Floki Inu is 5, Akita Inu is 6. Dogecoin Mars, Elon Musk's coin is 7th. Mona coin is 8. Feathercoin is 9. And Vertcoin, VTC, is 10. Alright, so let's do an let's copy this. Let's do a new chat. Let's select the model. This time we'll do the small model, and you're going to see it go faster. Top 10 crypto. That could generate ask the questions a little differently. And let's go. See how much faster it runs. 1/10 of the records it's going through. Doge is still number 1, SHIB's number 2. The answer is just a little different. It's the similar coins, but if you notice, the order of the coins come back a little differently. Crypto Doge was added this time. Pupcoin is added. Floki's in there again. So the answer is a little different this time. So you could ask the same question multiple times, and the answers will potentially come a little different each time. Alright, so this will keep your questions, and you can come back to it. It keeps track in, if kids, school kids might be able to do this, and there's probably certain things that school kid probably wouldn't be allowed to do. I mean, you don't want them to depend on AI to do their homework, but there may be certain things that you could probably use it as a tool to find things out to get them to a certain, if they're doing a certain task for school or something, give them some ideas, maybe if they're doing a project or something. But it's just a neat tool. I mean, things are changing fast, and here you can put your own Chat GTP. It's not actually Chat GTP, but it is a facsimile. If you use Llama 2 is a very popular large language model. This one is uncensored, so there's questions you can ask that that the regular Llama 2 will not allow you to ask. Oh, excuse me. It's been a long day, but just wanted to do a quick rundown. I've got something in mind for another video I may work on tomorrow. There's come across an interesting concept where somebody had Ollama set up to where it could look at their local documents and get answers off the work they've done, which would be interesting. But it's just a quick overview installing Docker WebUI to work with Ollama. This will give you an interface. Again, the Docker, the container will have a database in it that will keep track of all your questions, and you can archive the questions. You can delete the questions. if you wasn't happy with the answer in the question, you'd think later, man, I shouldn't have asked it that way. That was just a dumb way to ask. And you maybe create another question or a new chat with a better question to get your answer. Then you can delete your previous one or whatever, or vice versa. Or maybe eventually, if you get a bunch of them here in the queue over here on the left side, delete them just to declutter the interface or something. But it'll put the questions and answers in menu form here. So this was just a regular Llama 2 here. Let's go back to this one, and there you go. You get the original list. I could go back and forth between each one. It keeps track of the answers that it give you with each question that you can go back and reference later. But I think it's a neat tool. I think this is definitely in everybody's future. AI seems to be here to stay, and it's just a neat technology, how things are changing. Anyway, with that, I'm going to end the video, and hope everybody's had a good week, and I hope the weekend coming up is a good weekend, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.